What's up, live? I'm back. I'm back and I'm in a different place. I'm at my old stopping ground. The baseball field out here in Newark. Watching some of the guys that I know play, some old school guys, some new school guys. Watching them play the game. I get asked a lot of questions. I normally get asked, like, where do I get my determination from, right? And your determination and your will to, like, really fight for what you want in life always stems from when you're a kid. So for me, I grew up playing baseball at the age of 4. I wasn't even supposed to play the game at the age of 4, but my father and my mother signed a waiver that I can play the game. So since that day, I mean, baseball has been my life. Baseball is my first passion. Fitness now is my second passion. But it was one of those. It's one of those things that you gotta find when you're changing your life. You gotta find that one thing that you're completely passionate about that can make a transaction into the new world you're heading. Like for me was fitness. So I wasn't into fitness. Like, I lost weight here and there growing up, whatever. I lost a couple pounds here and there. But I never had the drive. I never had the determination to stay there because it wasn't really my thing. It wasn't really my passion until 5 years ago, of course, right? So the one thing that I tell people, in order to find your determination and your fight and your will, find the one thing that you're completely passionate about on a daily basis, that you can do, that nobody else can tell you better, that you can't do better than you do on a regular basis. If you know you can do this with your eyes closed, with your hands behind your back, that's passion. That's something that you can do hands down. It could be like taking care of your kids. It could be, at work. It could be, anything, cooking, cleaning, whatever drive you have to get these things done, it's what's gonna get you to get to the world that you wanna be in, right? So for me, and I wanna share this, is that every time I wake up in the morning and every time I step into my gym, I imagine myself in the ball field, in the ballpark. I imagine myself catching, because catching was my position growing up. So, I mean, it was first base, and then I moved to catching as I got older. But every time I stepped into that diamond, no one can tell me, I never allowed anyone to say that they're better than me, even though they were, because there was a lot of people that were better than me. But every time I stepped into that diamond, to that baseball field I'm about to show you, I grew up in these fields, and behind that plate right there, like I was behind that plate, but I owned that plate. That every time I put my equipment on, every time I put my glove on, it was game time. Like, I knew that I was the best in the field, and that's what I wanted to be. I always wanted to be the best. I may not have been the best every day, but I brought my A game every day. I was the first one in the park, and I was the last one out the park. I used to run in this little track that's over here to my right, warming up before everybody got there. Yeah, Lou, I appreciate that. What's up, Ronnie? I was always ready. I was always ready for game day. And when I started Insanity 5 years ago, I didn't start off that way, but I got to a point that I needed to make a change in my mindset in order for me to be able to stick to this so I could change my life. So every time I did Insanity, I imagined myself stepping into that diamond, knowing that I was going to give it my heart. I was going to give it my all. That my best game was today. That is what you need to do on a daily basis to find that determination and that will within you so that you can be the best you. Like, nobody should tell you that you're best, that you're not the best. You should be knowing that you're the best before you even step into the ballpark. Like, when I work out, I want to be better than whoever I'm working out with. Not for showing off, but because that's just the way I'm built. I'm built to fight harder. I'm built to battle just like I always battled in the ball field. Like people would say, like, you know, I wasn't always the smartest kid in school. You know, I didn't get the best grades in school, but you know where I excelled the most was in sports. Bowling and baseball were the two sports that I excelled in, and that is what I'm using to drive my life right now, because I remind myself that this is where I had the light. This is where I found my strength. This is where I knew I owned every second of my life. I lived, I eat, sleep, drink, baseball. That's all I did for many years. Now is fitness and nutrition, and eventually maybe I'll be making a comeback to do this, right? So I'm here and I'm watching this and I'm like getting antsy, like, I want to go out there again. But just watching these people do their thing and do what I did for so many years, and I excelled at. And I played with the best players that I know. I played with some top-notch players that brought their A game every day. I caught pitchers that were amazing. That I'm proud to just have caught them. I've hit many home runs off that part right there. I believe I hit one over there. These are the things that you need to remember when you're going into a new journey. You have to remember, what's the one thing that you excelled at, that you're so passionate about, that you can translate into the journey that you're in right now for yourself, for your life. And I promise you that that's going to change the way you think. It's going to change the way you act. It's going to wake you up in the morning, because that's your determination factor. That's your passion. That's where it comes from, right? And if you want to be better in life, find the one thing you're great at. When you find out one thing you're great at, just go do it. If you fail, so what? You know how many times I struck out? You know how many times I didn't catch a good game, I didn't call a good game, but you know what? That didn't affect me. I came back the next game and I did better. I improved. I told myself, what could I have done better? You know, another thing that I did is I watched baseball. But I didn't watch baseball to just watch the game. I watched the art of baseball. I watched the art of catching. Like the art of catching, like for real. Like if you want to learn how to catch, you got to watch the best catch. So every time I watch baseball, I only wanted to watch the catcher. His mannerisms, his fingers. How did he call a game? How did he catch the ball? How did he swing the bat? All those things matter to me. Like Claudia, photography. If you're passionate about photography, you got to bring that same passion into the journey that you're going to go in. If you're into fitness, if you're into health, bring it into your journey. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Anything that you're great at. If it's bagging stuff, if it's driving, whatever it is, whatever wakes you up at night that you're so passionate about, bring that to your life. Bring that to the journey that you're in. And I promise you that you can change your life. So that's my determination. This is my determination. This is what my life was for 26 years, even more. This was like probably, I think I played till like I was 28. 28 years old, I played baseball. I started changing my life at 31. And I'm not turning back. I love the life I'm in. I'm passionate in where I'm at. So if you want to be passionate, if you want to find your passion, go back. Go back when you were a kid and discover who you were. And discover who you were so you can find out who you're meant to become. That's my story. I had to share this moment because it just reminds me, like, every time I suited up to come to play, every time I came here and I played with some hard-nosed people and we played the game with heart. And when I work out every day, I work out with heart. And this is my world. I've been doing this since I was 4, and if I could do it again, I'll do it again. But right now, like, this is the field This is the park that I grew up in. This is the life that I'm in. And this is the life that I was in. Now my new life is fitness. So if you want to be determined, if you want to find your determination factor in your life, find out what makes you happy before you even started this journey. Find out what you were passionate about and think about that same thing. The best way to discover you is to write down every single thing that you've overcome and that has made you happy. That is when you really, really, truly will discover yourself. Because once I told myself that the diamond is what changed my life, this diamond right here, that's when I knew that I was gonna dominate in my fitness. That's when I knew I was gonna change my life. Because I owned baseball. For almost all my life, I owned baseball. And I can say that with confidence because I played well. And I played it with heart. Ain't nobody that knows me can tell me that I didn't play this game with heart. I left it all on the field. And when I work out, I do the exact same thing. And when I'm talking to you guys about faith, overcoming your fears, I do the exact same thing. So if you want to imagine what kind of a baseball player I was, just watch my videos. That's exactly who I was. That's what I did for all my life. And that's the passion that I bring every single day. So go find your passion. Go find your heart. Go find what makes you happy and translate it into your personal journey. And I promise you that you can change your life. But it all starts with you. It all starts with you. So don't blame anybody else. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame your teachers. Don't blame your coaches. Don't blame anybody but yourself if you're not where you're going to be. So I'm telling you right now, if you want to be determined, find your passion. And whatever that passion is, translate it into your current situation to change your life. Because I'm telling you to find your passion. I'm not telling you to just stop. You know, like example, let me use the girl Claudia, right? Like she has a passion of photography, right? That's her passion because that's what she loves to do. But you got to find your passion on how to change your life. You need to change your life. Because you can't do photography if you're not taking care of yourself. Think about that. If you're not healthy, if you're not strong, you can't show up every day to work. So in order for you to be able to show up to work, you got to take care of yourself each and every day. You can't go to work saying, oh, I'm good, I feel great, I'm going to work today. You still got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your health. Your health, your body, your mind should be number one. So whatever it is that you're passionate about in life, make that number two. Make you number one so that you can make number two feel like number one. I hope this message helps you guys. If you feel like this hits you home, it struck a chord that starting tomorrow you're going to find your determination to change your personal life, to change who you are, so that you can become the person you always knew you can be and the person you were meant to be. Share this, like it, comment, give me your input, but go change a life. Start with you first. I started with me, now my goal is to change yours. And if you're willing to change your life, I'm just an inbox away. Hit me up. But never forget, never ever forget to have faith, not fear. Whoop, whoop. Peace.